Hey, what's going on, guys? This is Nate from Game Monkey, and welcome to my walkthrough of Dishonored Definitive Edition on the PlayStation 4. In this guide, I'll be showing you how to earn all the following trophies in one single playthrough. The trophies that I'll be covering are Clean Hands, so that's no kills during the entire playthrough, Ghost, which is never being detected by anybody, Shadow, which is never being detected by anybody except the main targets, which I'm going to be treating the same way as Ghost, Mostly Flesh and Steel, that's using no supernatural powers besides the blink ability, which I will not be upgrading at all. And Just Dark Enough, completing the game in low chaos. So here in Chapter 1, we've been thrown into prison because they set us up, saying we killed the Empress, that kind of thing. Very cliche, but works for me. So here in the first chapter, it's a really easy chapter. But there are a couple of things that you're going to need to watch out for. So when we get to that, I'll certainly share my thoughts and strategies that I have. And I actually play this a little more cautious than I had to, just because I didn't want to risk getting caught and then having to do more editing or replay it again, try to get it in one shot or anything like that. So in this first section, just kind of work your way around the left-hand side, going around the sides and going as high as you can get elevation-wise is going to be your best friend. So you can just sneak around this guy, but I went ahead and just took him out non-lethally. The thing about just choking him out is make sure when you set him down, you're not dropping him in the water or anywhere that rats can eat them, because those will count as kills. Even though you just knocked them out, if they die resulting because of your knockout, it will actually count as a kill and you will not get the trophy. So, just something to watch out for there. I'm also not going to be going around after collectibles, so the runes, because they do me no good, because I'm not obviously doing any of the supernatural powers. You don't have to take this guy out, but I chose to. Especially here in the first couple chapters, I take quite a few people out just non-lethally. Later on, I work a little bit harder to sneak through. I was going for more speed than anything in this walkthrough. Just wanted to get in and out and done. I'm not going to be treating this as a let's play by any means. If you haven't played the game by now, then, I really can't help you. This is meant for the people to get stuck in a certain area or are having problems with these achievements and trophies. So that's how I'm going to be treating it. So just, no, you may have spoilers or something like that if you're going to be looking at this guide as a let's play. You can actually run right through this area. There's no need to sneak. I stay crouched probably 90-95% of the game. A lot of the areas you actually don't need to, but I'm just used to it. Doesn't hurt to be a little bit extra cautious. I am picking up some coins here. With these achievements, you can actually upgrade your weapons for whatever good that does. The only one that I actually used, I think, was boot stealth, so I walked a little quieter, I guess. And also my crossbow, so the sleep darts. I used those, I think, maybe up until halfway through the game, if that. And then I resulted just to knocking people out or avoiding them altogether, because I kind of thought to myself later on, after I'd already recorded, that, maybe people using this as a guide will not want to use the sleep darts and stuff like that and want to just go through without avoiding as many people as possible, essentially. So I kind of changed my tactics mid-game there. On that part, just sneak around the right-hand side. They'll engage in conversation, so if you're quick, they're not even going to be on their paths yet. Same here. Just stick to the right-hand side, and you'll actually climb up on these pipes, which is ideal anywhere you go. Always be looking around for things to climb up on. It'll make life so much easier. So I just climb up here, and we can skip this section altogether by doing so. We don't have our blink ability yet until after Chapter 1, so just going to work on my way around here. And this section was very confusing for me for the first couple tries. And what happens is you're supposed to blow up that door at the end. Well, if you don't actually knock these guys out, they will spot you or it will kill them. That's just, there's no way around it. I tried a lot of different tactics. I mean, I'm sure it's possible if you want to do enough takes, but for me, it's easy enough to just kind of stalk them, take them out. And you can take this guy out. That other guy has no clue. He can't see up here. And make sure when you choke him out, you're not setting him very close to that door. So I just brought him back here a little ways, plopped him down, and then I proceed to go around and get the other guy. But yeah, I tried a few different ways of getting through this section unseen. Another tip is if you just run and jump out the door, which is actually what I do here after I blow it up, that can sometimes get you caught. Not very often, but every once in a while, you can actually get seen by somebody that's outside or whatever the case may be. So it's actually better if you sneak out in your crouch and drop off the left-hand side to make sure that absolutely nobody gets caught. So just go over to the door, place the bomb, and then sneak out for the best results here. We'll be dropping down into some water and proceeding toward a cave area. See, I just run out and jump. I just went for it. But definitely stay submerged as long as possible. There's some guys up there on the bridge that can see you. Just run up here. And we'll hop into the sewers here. This section's super easy. There are a couple traps laid out, but they're not too hard to deal with at all. So essentially what we're doing is we're following some directions from whoever's helping us out of prison, which turns out to be the rebellion, I guess you could call them, against the new empire. But nothing really going on story-wise here. It'll show you what rats will do right there. So you want to make sure you don't place a body down where the rats will be able to get to it. And rats, I actually, in the later on chapters, I had some interesting situations with the rats where they actually kind of messed me up because they'd come after me and I'd be trying to sneak around somebody. So I had to redo it and find an alternative pathway. So I don't think there'll be much of that shown in the videos, but just know that it can happen. So I just dive in the water. And I think this is my biggest complaint about the game mechanic-wise. Getting out of the water is a pain in the ass. I don't know why, it is so finicky. It absolutely drives me crazy. This section's pretty straightforward. There's a lot of little rooms here and there that you can go and get some goodies. I don't really explore much in this walkthrough. Get some food here for whatever reason. I didn't need it, but that's okay. So in this section, there's going to be rats running around as they're dropping the dead bodies. So all you need to do is pick up the bodies and throw them down so the rats go and eat them. So you're able to get over to and crank that handle that we need to get out of this room. The guys above will not see you at all, no matter what. So you don't have to worry about them. And you can actually kill rats and fish and have it not count against you as far as your kills for the guide. But I don't think I really do, other than by accident a couple of times. But yeah, just lure those over there with the body, open this up, and you're good to go. They can't get over this little ledge.
Attention Dunwall citizens. The assassin Corvo, responsible for the murder of our fair Empress.
Getting on chains can be kind of finicky too, for whatever reason. But most of the time it works a lot better than climbing out of the water. So here's a trap on the left-hand side. I went ahead and just climbed up the right-hand side to avoid it. All you have to do is jump over it, but no need to take any more risks than possible. This walkthrough is hard enough. And in this first chapter, I am picking up way more coins than I do for probably the rest of the game combined, to be completely honest. But we're only going to be able to purchase upgrades like chapter 1 through 4 or 5 anyway. So with the style that I'm going for, we're really not missing out on much. So we're moving up to the last section of the level, of the chapter. And we actually do have some tactics we have to use here. So just slide under this, really super easy. It has a little tutorial for it and everything. And then there'll actually be some enemies here in a minute. And the combination of the safe is just right on the wall there. The problem with playing this game as many times as I have is I have most of them memorized, and I forget where to actually look and find them, but it's right there behind the bottles. I do use health elixirs and mana elixirs. Most of the time, the way I play, you'll never need your health, but every once in a while, a fish will bite you, or you fall from too high up, something like that. Rats bite you. But for the most part, you don't have to worry about the health elixirs. Mana elixirs, however, are kind of a different story. You can do the entire thing without using any elixirs if you take your time. Is when you use the blink ability, it will actually build back up after a few seconds. But if you're impatient or have to get through an area quickly, which that will happen if you follow this guide, I just about screwed up there. I went for the choke and it wasn't quite aimed straight enough on the guy. Make sure he doesn't fall in the water. First time I came through this when I was actually recording, he fell in the water and I had to start over again. So you can go up, actually climb up on some rocks and go around the left-hand side and work your way up top all the way across here. I find it easier and faster just to swim through. There is no risk of being seen at all as long as you stay submerged. There we go. Just hop out of the water. And that's it. And we'll go and we'll see Samuel for the first time, the guy that drives the boat. And he will take us to the headquarters. I'm not going to be showing that, the in-between missions. I'm just going to be getting right to the missions to show anybody that needs help how to get through these difficult areas. So I'll leave it here. I'll let the video play out, and I will see you in the next chapter.
They said you'd come out here. I could still hardly believe it. I'll take you to meet them. Just down the river from here.